Welcome dear students for this topic 13 of chapter study of phyla globosa. So in this today we are going to study the sense organs of phyla globosa. In the previous lecture we have studied the nervous system of phyla globosa. So we have seen that it is made up of central nervous system and peripheral nervous system, and we have seen different parts of central nervous system in terms of ganglion, commissures and connectives. Similarly, PNS, which is made up of different types of nerves which arise from ganglions. The study objectives of today's lecture will be introduction to the different sense organs of phyla globosa. The first organ is osphradium, second organ is statocyst, third organ is pair of eyes and two pair of tentacles. So these four organs we are going to study in detail. So sense organs. So sense organs are basically the organs which are required to perceive the different type of signals from the environment. So they are very important for sustenance and survival of an organism in its environment. So these sensory organs are present in different parts of the body in phyla. They can be present on the head, foot, or even the other different parts of the body. So four important sense organs in phyla are presence of single osphradium, a single pair of eyes, a pair of statocyst, and there are two pair of tentacles. So these four sensory organs are present in phyla globosa or apple snail. So let's study the first sensory organ, that is osphradium. So this is unpaired. That means there is only one osphradium present in the body of phyla. Now the position of this osphradium is present on the left side of animal, and it is suspended from the roof of mantle cavity. Now if we see the exact position, on the left side it is present close to the left nuchal lobe. We have also called it as by another name, that is left pseudopypodium. Now if we see the shape of this osphradium, it is very small leaf-like structure which is elongated and oval in shape and about 6 mm in length. So it is very small and present on the left side of body near the left nuchal lobe. Now if we see the structure of this, you will see it is quite broader in the middle, and on the inner or right side it is bluntly rounded in shape, whereas on the outer or left side it is quite pointed in shape. So this is the fold of mantle to which this osphradium is attached. And in the structure of this osphradium, you will see many leaflet-like structures. So there is a presence of a single central axis, and along this central axis you will find these leaflet-like structures. So it consists of centrally raised central axis which bears 22 to 28 leaflet-like structures. Now this osphradium is richly supplied by the nerves from pleural ganglion. So we have studied different types of ganglion, where we studied the pleural ganglion. So the nerves to the osphradium comes from the pleural ganglion. Now the function, the major function of this osphradium we have already studied during the respiratory system, that it is linked with the respiratory system and it plays very important role as a olfactory organ. Now what is meant by olfactory organ? It can sense the smell of the water, and based on which it can test the water whether it is polluted or unpolluted, it has a high content of silt, as well as the presence of possible food material. So this is the major function of a osphradium. and it does it this function because it has many chemoreceptors are present on this ospiradium, and they test the current of water which is enter into the body from the left nostril lobe or the left pseudopypodium. So we have seen in respiratory system that water enters in the body from left nuchal lobe and then it flows out from the right nuchal lobe. But once it enters into the body, this ospiradium will test the quality of water. If it is not polluted, then only it is allowed. Otherwise, the shell will be closed. So this ospiradium, secondary role of it also plays a very important role in terms of food taken by the apple snail or phyla. So if the food particles are present in the water current, those are also taken up by the animal. Now let's study the second sensory organ present in phyla, that is statocyst. So this statocyst is paired. Ospiradium was single, but statocyst is paired structure. So it is a pair of small pyriform, that is pyriform means pear shaped and cream colored sacs. And these position of this statocyst, it is present on either side of the pedal ganglion. And these statocysts, they are connected by a band of connective tissue, and this is richly supplied with nerves from cerebral ganglion. Okay, so statocyst is richly supplied with nerves from cerebral ganglion, and it is a capsule like structure. So it is a capsule like structure, and the cavity of this capsule like structure is filled with a fluid, and that fluid contains numerous minute oval calcareous bodies which are called as statoconia. So these statoconia are present at the innermost part of this statocyst, that is called as a statoconia. It is also referred by another name, that is otoconium or statolith. So this is a hollow capsule like structure. Now if we study this structure in detail, the outer layer of this capsule like structure is made up of tough leathery covering of connective tissue, and this wall is ectodermal in origin. So all these cells which are ectodermal in origin, made up of connective tissue, are sensory in nature. That's why statocyst is one of the sensory organ of phyla. Yes, so then in this capsule like structure, at the center we have seen this fluid like part, that is we have called it as statoconium. So let's see it in the form of picture in the next slide. So in this picture we can see the structure of a statocyst, which is a capsulated structure. From outer side, this capsule is made up of a connective tissue, and the inner side, this capsule has this fluid structure that is called as a statoconia, and it is supplied with the nerves from the pedal ganglion. Now this cavity of the capsule, which is filled with this fluid like substance, that is statoconium, and this function of the statocyst is it acts as the organ of equilibrium. Okay, so the major function of statocyst is organ of equilibrium. So like in higher organism, you have the presence of cochlea, which acts as an organ of equilibrium. In case of phyla, the statocyst acts as an organ of equilibrium. Yes, so it acts not only as organ of equilibrium, it helps to regulate the position of the snail as well. So this is all about the second sensory organ, that is statocyst. Now we move on to the third sensory organ, that is eyes. So the pila or apple snail carries a pair of short, fleshy and stump-like stalks. These are called as omentophore. Now what are these omentophores? These are the short stalk-like structure on which the eyes are present. So there is a one pair of eye. So on either side of the head you will see a single eye which is present on a short stalk-like structure, which is also called as omentophore, and each omentophore bears a small black and circular eye. So there are two omentophore or stalks, and on each omentophore you will have one eye. So in all there are two stalks, and on these two stalks you have two eyes. If we see the structure of these eye, it looks like an oval capsule, and its wall is nothing but the retina, which is made up of sensory cells. So this inner layer, that is the retina, which is sensory in or made up of sensory pigmented cells. If you see, the center part is nothing but which called as a lens. So the central part of the eye is called as lens. On the front side of the eye you will have two layered structure. The inner layer is called as inner cornea or pellucida interna, and the outer layer is called as outer cornea or pellucida externa. So this is a transparent layer. So this cornea is a transparent cornea. So again we will revise the structure of eye here. So eye is the egg-shaped or oval structure, and it is connected or it is embedded in the connective tissue below the skin. Now the wall of this vesicle-like structure is made up of pigmented retinal cells, and the middle part of this eye is called as a lens, which is present in this cavity, that is called as optic cavity. This optic vesicle, this entire part is covered by thin transparent covering here, that is called as inner cornea, or it is also called pellucida interna, and from the outer side it is covered by another layer that is called as outer cornea or pellucida externa. And this eye is supplied with a nerve that is called as optic nerve. So you can see this is called as optic nerve. Now these eyes are not true organs of sight. We know that eyes are responsible for seeing, but in case of pila, these eyes, though they are well developed, but they are not the organs of sight, or they do not help to distinguish between the objects, but they only respond to changes in the intensity of light. So pila is only able to see the very dim kind of objects, so it can only sense the changes in the light, but it cannot sense the object, or it cannot distinguish between two objects. Since they are mostly active in the night, so they are feeding in the night, so that's why their eyes are adapted to the dim light. However, in some snail, the lost eyes can be replaced by regeneration. So they show a phenomena of regeneration, that is, if the eye is damaged, it can be again regenerated. So that is very important phenomena, can be seen in case of pila. We come to the last organ of sensory structure, that is tentacles. So there are two pair of tentacles present in pila. So the first pair is present in the form of small labial palps, which are present near the snout, and there is a large pair of second pair of tentacles which are sensory in structure. Now these tentacles and foot, they are supplied with the nerves and they are very much sensory. So the first pair is called as labial palps and they are present on the anterior end of the snout or the mouth region. So you will see this first pair is very short and it is called as labial palp. And the second pair is quite large and these are present on the side of the snout. Now these tentacles, they contain two types of receptors, that is tactile receptors and chemoreceptors. Of receptors, tactile and chemoreceptor cells. So this tactile means it can sense the touch. So tactile means it can sense the touch, and gustatory, sometimes it can also sense the taste of the food material as well as other material that it comes in contact. So these tentacles serve the dual purpose, that is tactile means it can sense the touch, and gustatory, that means it can sense the taste. However, this gustatory function of the tentacles is not yet confirmed. So the first pair of tentacles are also have olfactory function, and both the pair of tentacle act as a tactile organ or they can sense the touch. Okay, so let's revise tentacles. There are two pair of tentacles which are present near the snout. So here you can see the first pair, which is also referred to as labial palps. They are olfactory, that means they can sense the smell as well as they can sense the touch. The second pair of tentacles are very large and they have the function of tactile, that means they can sense the touch. They can also function as gustatory, that means they can sense the taste of the food material or other objects. So this is all about the tentacles which are present as a sensory organs in phyla. So with this we conclude today's lecture. In today's lecture we have seen the sensory organs of the phyla. So in all there are four important sensory organs which are present in phyla. The first organ we have studied is the ospiradium, which is single leaf-like structure and which is present on the left side of the body near the left nuchal lobe. Then we studied the second organ, that is called as a statocyst. The statocyst is paired structure and the function of statocyst that it functions as a organ of equilibrium, so it maintains the steadiness of the body of phyla snail. Then the third organ that we studied are the eyes. So there is one pair of eyes which is present in phyla, which is present on stalk-like structures, which we call them as omantophores. And these eyes, though they are sensory in structure, they cannot distinguish between two objects, but they can sense the fluctuation in the light. So though the structure is well developed, but the function is not so. And the final sensory organs we studied are the tentacle. So there are two pair of tentacles. The first pair is called labial palps, which are very shorter. The second pair of tentacles are very large, and the function of these tentacles, the labial palps function as the olfactory organs. Similarly, both pair of tentacles function as a tactile organ as well as the larger pair has the function of gustatory organ, that means it can sense the taste. So with this we conclude today's lecture. Thank you.